Bro, don't talk to me about Snack Shack, man. Snack Shack? I watched Jacob's Ladder on the bike today. No spoilers, please. I haven't finished it. I have 28 minutes left, and I was watching my kid for like the last hour and a bit, and it's not really the kind of movie that you can watch with a 4-year-old. Insane film to watch at 6 a.m. I guess I'm just stronger than you, mentally and physically, probably as well. Might just be like the best to ever do it. I don't know. The jury's out still. He dies at the end? Brother, I think like he might have died at the start. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I guess maybe watching the last quarter of the movie will probably help me out in regards to my interpretation. I got two things to talk about. First off, Peloton Discord took me out this morning when and no offense, Hart, if you're here. It's not your fault you were born in like the year 2001. Said, don't make fun of me, but I'm about to watch this blind. Is there anything I need to know? And it was a picture of the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. Like, no, man, that's the point. It's the first movie. You do not need to know anything going into it. It starts with like an explanation immediately of what it's all about. It's got like a 10-minute Peter Jackson montage at the start, man. I mean, you could read The Hobbit if you want, but you know, as someone, it's not fair for me to virtue signal that because I was 13 when the first Lord of the Rings movie came out. So I had time to read The Hobbit. But like if the movies came out when you were like 1 year old, we weren't in like it's not a fair comparison. Let's put it that way. I read the books. I watched the first movie and then I read all 3 books before the second movie came out. That's not a flex. You know, I think I was in the 7th grade when the first one came out, maybe the 8th grade. Either way, like you have a year in between the movies, and it's not like I had that much shit to do. My dad read the Lord of the Rings trilogy to me in bed. Goated dad. That's like 1,000 pages of bedtime reading. Although it sounds like a lot of reading, and it is, but to step into your dad's shoes, it's sick to not have to choose a new book every single night. Because choosing the new book can sometimes take as long as reading like a whole chapter. As somebody who's reading a lot of books to my 4-year-old, I much prefer when she picks a book that's like 120 pages long and I can read it over the course of like a week instead of like, oh, she picks 5 books that are 4 pages long each and I read them all in one night. Go-to chapter book right now. Winnie the Pooh. We finished Trolls Band Together, the junior novelization. So now we're on Winnie the Pooh and the House at Pooh Corner or something. Winnie the Pooh, he's trying to get some honey. He got a balloon, painted the balloon like blue so that it blended in with the sky. But then when he floated up with the balloon, he was like, these aren't the right kind of bees, which means it's not the right kind of honey. So he had Christopher Robin pop the balloon so he could float back down to Earth. And he was like, oh, bother, or whatever. I can't remember. We also read another chapter, but I can't remember what the second story was. The way it works, I'm on like a 3 to 4 chapter a night sort of thing. The chapters are maybe like 5 pages each. So usually I'll read like 2 or 3 chapters and then I'll hand her the book and go, good night, honey. And then I'll just roll over and fall asleep in 90 seconds. And then sometimes she will read more in bed by herself or pretend to read. But either way, I'm not sweating it. But we got a report card from her school yesterday. And I was like, damn, she is my kid, man. 100%. The good, I'm not trying to flex my kid, but you know, they were like her reading and reading comprehension are well above the average for her grade level and border on spectacular. They're saying she might be the GOAT. And I was like, yeah, I know. I live with her. Tell me something I don't know. And then they were like, she could work on her active listening, focus, and following directions. And I was like, yep, that's my kid. That sounds like me. It is crazy to find out that shit is like genetic. Because when you're like 13, you're like, I earned these language arts skills. And also, I must have sinned when I was a child. And that's why I don't listen well or focus well. And then you find out, no, it's encoded somewhere deep in your genetic code for some reason. Or maybe she sinned. I don't know. Hang on, I got to close this. Open Firefox, open this, close this. Never ends, man, never ends. Let me just see what we got going on in terms of what I'm being served on Firefox News. Here's an estimated cost for a one-day gutters guard upgrade. One day? Really, a one-day gutters guard upgrade? I think our gutters are chill, but like, I'd be an idiot if I didn't get a free estimate. I'd be some kind of moron. It's a free estimate, man. There's a strict rule for when my mother-in-law visits. We can't keep on like this. I'm so disappointed. Okay, I gotta know. Let's see what this rule is for when the mother-in-law visits. Oh, the rest of this article is for Slate Plus subscribers only. Well, that's fine. I guess I'll never know. Maybe somebody with a Slate Plus subscription could tell me. 11 things your cleaning person wants to tell you but won't. Oh, shit. Number 1, there's no way to get into your house if they don't have a key. Oh, fuck, I never thought about that because I'm a fucking moron. I'm a fucking idiot. Set up an initial consultation so the housekeeper can see the space. Never really thought about that. If you care about what cleaning supplies they use, provide your own. Wow, this article is written for the dumbest people on the fucking planet. Are you kidding me? Those are the top 3. Try not to watch over their shoulder. If it's hot, turn on the AC. Don't clean beforehand, but maybe declutter. Invest in an air purifier so they have to dust less. Make your preferences known. Don't expect them to tidy up. You can choose whether or not to tip. Be realistic. This might be the most obvious article I've ever read in my entire life. I'm not mad at the author because I'm sure the author was told what to do. This is not probably their website. The author they want to be a writer. They've got something else inside of them trying to get out. And it's not 12 tips about how to work better with your housekeeper. Neo and his 4 girlfriends are thriving. Okay. They must know I love the Matrix. If your name is on this list, you're probably a descendant of Vikings. Okay, 1 second, please. Let's take a look. Names ending in son. That's not me. Rogers. That's not me. Names which contain a nod to personal characteristics. Names containing love, short, tall, wise, long, or good. Nope. Scottish surnames. Nope. Irish surnames. Nope. Okay, you're taking the piss now. You're taking the piss now. If you have a Scandinavian surname, you might be a fucking descendant of Vikings. No shit, you fucking idiot. That's where they fucking lived. You gotta be French? I don't necessarily... I think people put way too much fucking emphasis on the last name. All that means is that there was one French stud at a pivotal point in my genetic lineage, man. Yeah, exactly. He got the last hit. That doesn't mean he got the DPS. He might have kill stolen, man. I might have like 70% fucking Polish DNA, but one suave French guy comes in and he gets the last hit on the range creep, so he levels up and gets ult at level 6, and all of a sudden, 300 years later, people are like, you must be French. That could just be one guy, man. You look like every bald guy in Paris. We're not talking about Paris, buddy. We're talking about France, okay? YouTube, I'm so sorry. I have to start the dulls with a burp. I got a burp, man. I hit /marker and then I felt the bubble in my chest. Give me a second. Take my word for it. That was a good one. This is, it's not No Country for Old Men, because No Country for Old Men is more pickup truck focused than sports car focused. I want to say that there's a chance that this could be... You know what? I think it's Kill Bill Volume 2, man. It has that Tarantino... This is where fucking Daryl Hannah lives in Kill Bill Volume 2, man. I was going to say Death Proof because it's got that same kind of like yellow tone, muscle car, mid-2000s Quentin Tarantino aesthetic, but... Honestly, it sounds crazy because this is obviously Kill Bill Volume 2. If they had put this first, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. I probably would have assumed that this is like a Bruce Lee movie. I probably would have gotten it on that one for sure. That's a given. That's even more of a given. And I mean, that's a giveaway. I do like when it goes... So I was trying to think. I need to see Jackie Brown. I think I've seen every other Quentin Tarantino movie, I'm not saying it's bad. They're mostly all really good. But I think Kill Bill Volume 2 is my second lowest Tarantino. For me personally, I think a big part of it is like it's a product of your age, when you were born and when you saw them. Number 1 is Pulp Fiction for me. Number 2 is Inglourious Bastards. Number 3 is probably, as time has gone on, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And then it gets a little muddy. Reservoir Dogs and Django Unchained have got to take 4 and 5, but they might be swapping. And then I like Volume 1 more than Volume 2, but I like them both, but I think they're pretty close. I like Death Proof too, honestly. I like it more than the average person. And the Hateful Eight I do like, but it's also on the bottom. But I need to see Jackie Brown for sure. This is Felicity Jones, 100%. That's not even up for debate. And then I want to say that this is, like it has a certain Chalamet-ness, but it has way more of a, who's that guy? The curly-haired singer, the curly-haired R&B singer. It could also be Nick Jonas. And it could also be Kit Harington. The more I look, Kit Harington almost has like some silver, like right at the roots. That is a very Kit Harington hairstyle. Can you? I hate to say this. Can you tell me who's the R&B singer I'm trying to think of? He wears a turtleneck and chain. He's white and he has curly dark hair. Jack Harlow. That's it. But I don't think this is Jack Harlow. I'm gonna deviate. I'm gonna say that's Kit Harington, even though I think they might be he's not in the game. I'm gonna say that it's Jack Harlow. I'm gonna say that it's Nick Jonas. All right, never mind. Oh, Paul Mescal. Oh, Celebrity Mashup 4%. That's crazy. Now, I don't mean this to be rude. I'm realizing now there are like 15 famous men that have this is like preset character A in like a third person action game. Who's this guy? He was Kick-Ass. He's in Tenet. He's married to that lady who's a lot older than him. He was in Bullet Train. I'm not saying he's not handsome. I'm saying like he is Kraven the Hunter. He is Kraven the Hunter. You're not wrong. Is it true that Ariana DeBose is in that? I'm never gonna see it because I heard it was like horrendous, obviously, but that's crazy. Who? She won Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story. It's fun. Yeah, I doubt it's fun. Is it fun to not have fun? It's crazy he started dating his 42-year-old wife when he was 18. Yeah, but then you're all out here typing like, I just need I need a elder millennial mommy who's got her stuff together to save my life. But then all of a sudden, somebody does it and you just hate on them. You say it's problematic. Like you're living in a world of cognitive dissonance. Doesn't make any damn sense to me. No jokes allowed these days. Me when I say that a Coke Zero has no caffeine in it. Okay, let's go down to connections here. Well, to be fair, because someone said people are hating on Leo for the same stuff. I don't think anyone's hating on Aaron Taylor Johnson for that. I think if anything, they're saying like maybe maybe they're hating on his wife a little bit for being a girl boss, but Orange Ketchup Elmo Cotton. Cotton Eye John, that's a famous song, obviously. Cardinal is something that's red, something that's traditionally red. You can have rock salt. You can have rose gold. Orange. These are like words that are hard to rhyme with. I know it sounds insane. Words with no rhymes, except Nurple. I really don't want to say Elmo, though. That sounds insane. I do think it could be orange, purple, month, Schmelmo. Elmo's not a real word. Silver, Wilbur, John. Don, Cardinal, Official, Cotton, Godden, Silver, Rock, Purple. I mean, I guess these are all colors. Oh, what, man? What? I thought I overthought it, then I went back to the underthought. Cardinal. It's a bird. It's also a position in the bureaucracy of the Catholic Church. It's associated with red. Red rose, red cardinal, red Elmo. He's a puppet that's red, man. Associated with red. We still have Cotton Eye John Silver, which is not what we wanted. Orange, purple, month. Silver. There's words with no rhymes. Words said to have no exact rhymes. Rock, eye, cotton, Joe. John. Candy! Okay, we get there. Who's John Candy? Oh, don't say that in dance chat, man. People say, who the hell is John Candy? John Candy, SCTV, Cool Runnings, Home Alone, Uncle Buck, Canadian Bacon, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Brewster's Millions, sure. They're boomer movies. They came out like 40 years ago. Of course they're boomer movies. Like, Gen Z wasn't even fucking alive, man. That's before I was born. Yeah, I mean, if you go to school, you learn lots of shit that happened before you were born. You're supposed to, at least. I don't know, it depends where you went. Like, the party's been going on since before you got the invite. It's up to you to catch up on what you missed. Laugh at the Montessori kids? Oh, yeah. Everybody's laughing until you need me to sort a bunch of objects by color for as long as I want. Then all of a sudden it's, hey, Montessori kid, get over here. We really need you. We could use your help. We could really use your help hammering some simulated nails into a simulated piece of wood. If only we hadn't disrespected you earlier when we were talking about the history of the United States of America. Yeah, honey? There's a birdie? Delivery? I don't understand. Is there a verb attached to the noun? Oh, delivery's coming from me. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. A smoothie for me. Thank you. Booster juice. Put it on my tab. Bring me a smoothie. Put it on my tab. Speaker of the line, no other factory in the world mixes its chocolate by waterfall. Yeah, we find out why like a minute later. Paranormal gift is ESP, Blue Expanse. Dewdrops. They want to change their Enron. They want to change a euros. Oh, spanked. The sky annoying pesky. Oh, what a delightful little misdirection today from the New York Times. Change that. I wasn't thinking non-linearly enough, man. Change that a German or a Spaniard might request. The euro. Oh, how delightful. If I wanted misdirection from them, I'd read the opinion section. Hi-yo! Ratty Noam Chomsky in the chat. Prairie Farm 0% fat milk, now with less milk. Milk is like unbelievably cheap considering the nightmarish process by which it ends up in the store. I'm going to say maybe $2.49 on my second guess. Okay, easy enough. They got to treat those cows better. Oh, great. Now the fucking dairy's gone woke, man. You can't even like lock them in a cage all day that's like 2% bigger than the size of their body so they can't turn around, and let them out once every morning to have a machine suck their energy-giving life force that they normally give to their offspring and then put it in a plastic bottle so that I can pour it on top of my Frosted Flakes anymore. I thought you didn't put milk in your cereal. It's actually crazy the damage that Reddit r/movie details and CinemaSins have done to the ability of our burgeoning populace to understand and interface with comedic media. It's actually crazy. The perfect movie would not be something for if you're 21 years old, it's not your fault, okay? Again, It's the overlords or whatever. It's the shareholders. It's the focus groups. I just hate the idea that you're going to grow up as an adult and be like, my favorite movie isn't a movie that inspired a fire in my spirit. My favorite movie was the movie that made the most sense. That's a little bit depressing to me. You want to read something that makes sense? Get into baking, because the recipes are just chemistry, okay? Get into plastics or something like that. Get into mathematics, but not at too advanced of a level. Leave the art for the real yearners, okay? Because you don't have the necessary handling to be pushing the accelerator on this kind of engine. You may one day, and hopefully I'll still be here to accept your apology. But for now, this shit is Somalia. It's Oman. Wait, that would be... Oh! I was picking up on some Oman resonance, man. Did you guys see Fortnite talk show yesterday? When Luke interviewed the dad who was playing Fortnite with his 3-year-old. And his 3-year-old said, when Luke was talking, his 3-year-old said, "Show your ass up." And then Luke was like, "Is that your kid?" And the dad was like, "Yeah, man, sorry, he's like that sometimes."
Let's get it, let's get it.
Welcome to the show, you're live on the air. This is Fortnite Talk Show, the only talk show where I go into Fortnite, group up with random people, and then interview them on my talk show. Welcome to the show, Green Eyes Cal, Titus Pulo 858, and the Bot One. How you doing tonight?
Shut up.
Damn. Hey, you. Shut up, little kid.
Hey, man. Well, hold on. Hey, kid, you don't even know what the show is yet.
That's my little boy. That's my little boy.
That's your kid?
Yeah.
He told me to shut up.
He's like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, it's because he doesn't know about Fortnite Talk Show yet. Are you playing or is he playing?
No, I'm playing, but he makes him.
Does your son play Fortnite too, or does he just watch?
Yeah, he plays.
Nice. Who's better?
Nah, I beat his ass. He's barely 3, but he knows how to. He actually gets killed.
Really?
I want to put your ass up.
He's
Hey,
gonna.
no, shut up.
Did he say he's gonna beat my ass up?
Yeah.
Dude, what did I do to you, man?
And then it was great stuff, man. The dad made a living illegally selling like IPTV boxes. And I was doing the math because he said he had 2,500 subscribers paying him $150 a year. And I was like, damn, this dude, I'm sure he's got like some business costs and stuff like that, but that's 375 grand, man. Quick math. Like that's insanity.
What's selling the best right now? Like recently? Like is there a specific thing people are like going crazy for?
Well, I do a couple different things. Like, you heard of IPTV? Okay, IPTV is like you say, instead of you paying for cable and to see fights and stuff, I do that too. I have my own program.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. It's like a cable. Not cable, but like kind of like that.
Well, you see how they jailbreak the Fire Sticks?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little more advanced than that.
Interesting. Okay, so you're selling that.
So you probably you see like TikToks, right?
Yeah.
You heard about like the super boxes and shit?
Yeah. Like
yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. Oh, I see.
So I give you a box and I run like 7,000 channels and you can see like ESPNs, all the fights, games.
Whoa, crazy, man. So it's like, okay. And are you?
I have a subscription on top of it.
Are you selling that at the flea market?
Yeah, so basically right now I got like over 2,500 subscribers that give me 150 a year.
But then he was dropping all sorts of swear words around his fucking kid. It was crazy to me. And then he was saying, yeah, his kid's in daycare, but he be fighting people all the time. I got to put him in boxing so I could make some money off him.
Nah, he be beefing with people.
Why is he beefing with me, man?
Nah, he beefs with, he goes to the daycare and Elliot Fitness and he be getting in fights with little kids too.
Really? He's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to put him in boxing or something. Maybe I get some money. I don't know.
I was like, damn, dude. Your kid is 3 years old. Anyway, it was a great guest. Life's funny sometimes. He did also think that Doge and Dogecoin were the same thing, and he was trying to reconcile how a cryptocurrency could be part of the government, which is one of those things where he's like wrong, but right, but like wrong. He's right for the wrong reasons. Like, you got to be like, no, those are two different things. They just happen to, like, the one was basically named after the other one, and both of them are being headed by the same guy, more or less.
I'll tell you, all this tax shit. That's like, you know how like the Doge and all that shit is doing all that, like, because there's people, you know, there's other motherfuckers even worse than us.
Right.
Shit, I pay some tax on top of what I do, you know, but there's some motherfuckers just get away with everything.
Yeah. Who just like never. Wait, so what, you think Doge is gonna help it or hurt it?
I just don't like that the government is mixing with because if you see, like, all right, you have so many investors into that Dogecoin shit.
Yeah.
And they're just like, all right, so what that money, some people are making money on top of it, like interest,
Right.
but at the same time, it's just like, where does all that tax money go? There's millions of dollars are just fucking flying around. Billions, I think.
Yeah. Oh, so do you mean like Doge like the government thing, or do you mean Doge like the crypto, or both?
It's the same shit.
Yeah,
They're
right.
Mixing it.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's like
That's the
kind of
only
why
thing
it's
for
scary,
me is
right?
like,
Because it's like it's
I'm
private.
like, how can
Yeah.
how can a coin be part of the government? That to me just sounds like a scam.
Yeah, totally. It's like you're mixing private. It's like mixing the private and the public sectors like that. Feels like it can't end well, right? It's like,
I don't know what this is, man. This is like the forgotten Supergiant game with the ball. Pyre. Reverie Momodora Under the Moonlight. What? That's just my go-to guess when I see, like, I don't know, art like this or a game that I don't understand, man. You know what's crazy is I was going to say, I think Kate's been playing this, but I thought about it for like 3 seconds. And I realized, I think actually, isn't she playing Metaphor Re-Fantaserio or something? Which is 2 different games, both with equally incomprehensible names. That's crazy, man. That's like the rare lucky skill. What goes on inside that brain? Buddy, I'm an observer of it just like you are, to be honest. So I'm trying to figure it out for myself. Now, I get more time to contemplate upon it because I'm me. But at the same time, there's times I don't know. More recent than 2023 is a good piece of info, man. It's also not side view. Perhaps it's Marvel Rivals. Okay, I'm a fucking god today. I don't know what happened, man. But we're on. First, the Oman one that was like slightly off. It was a little early. Then Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight, Marvel Rivals Guest 2. What the hell was in that smoothie? They put the fucking Mentat juice in the smoothie, man. Glass onion kind of garbage. I think my wife canceled our Netflix subscription. It's a pretty bad sign, I think, that I don't even know. I think she finished like the first 3 seasons of Schitt's Creek on Netflix and then was like, there's no more seasons on this platform. I think I'm finally done with Netflix. And I was like, I support this decision 100%. Yeah, she got CBC Gem instead, but the first 3 seasons were on Netflix. Now you can get Apple TV. No shot. It's not going to happen. I got so much shit to watch on CBC Gem. You ever see North of North? You ever see Man Tracker? Wait, I think it's just called Tracker. I'm not talking about the one where the dude in the cowboy hat hunts you down. I'm talking about the one where Justin Hartley is like a police officer in northern BC. You never see Man Tracker? Man Tracker is a Canadian show. I swear to you, this is the premise. It's like Naked and Afraid. So there's 2 people, but they have clothes on. They are afraid though. They release them into the woods, and then their goal is over the course of like 48 hours, they have to go like, I don't know, 60 kilometers or something like that before they get caught by the Man Tracker. And then like 3 hours after they start out on their voyage, this dude with a cowboy hat and a horse and like a guide who knows the lay of the land and the ways of the earth just go like they find their footprints and stuff like that and go like they were here. And then they like hold up grass to the wind and they're like, the wind's going that way so the horse can sniff them coming from the east. And then like every single episode ends with like this. 2 people running through an open field like this. And Man Tracker just stoically on his horse going, and just running them down. I don't know if I can't remember how he gets them. I think he just has to like ride his horse in front of them or something like that. But every single time, man, it's so good. He has to lasso them. It's been a while. I got to go back to Man Tracker, man. So let's see who's Magresta beefing with here. Let's see. Someone with 12 messages and a Pepe avatar. beef understandable. Beef is extremely understandable. You're based for that one, Magresta. You're based for that one. You're based for all of them, I think. You can beef with whoever you want. I'm not here to mod the mods. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. Sometimes people will like they'll write something that's like, hey, is there any place I can send NL a message? One of the mods was mean to me. And I'm like, buddy, I'm mean to chat all the time. What do you expect here? I can't really get on their case for that. If it isn't that bad, submit an unban request and I'll unban you, and then the mods will yell at me for unbanning you, which happens all the time. What is this? Is a pork muffin? This looks disgusting. I'm sorry. This looks absolutely disgusting. It's like I should probably move my camera so you can get a feel for it, but I'm looking at what I'm seeing here and you can basically fill up the rest. Ground pork seasoned with onion, spices, and occasionally herbs. Slow cooked until smooth and creamy. Spread on toast or bread and enjoyed as a breakfast item or snack. Served with a cold mug of milk. I mean, it looks like it could be from the United Kingdom, but I also feel like I see cinnamon, weirdly enough, and I think to myself that this has all the makings of some cursed Swedish cuisine. North of Sweden, huh? But so, Iceland? Northwest of Sweden? Cretins. Northwest of Iceland? Greenland? Canada? What? Quebec. A traditional French-Canadian dish primarily consumed in Quebec. Okay. So it's a ball of ground pork? It's good, I promise. Okay, let's eat it. Let's eat it with milk. This is jun. Crispy potato pancake. This is gamja jun, bro. You can't fucking fool me. Oh, it's served with banchan? Yeah, it's from South Korea, man. This is gamja jun. What the fuck did I tell you? It's gamja jun. I didn't even know if there was a dish called jamja jun. What I do know is a potato is gamja and a pancake is jun. So get owned. I should get bonus points for knowing the name. He will know their ways as if born to them. Exactly, man. You know Korean food better than your own? All I'm going to say is that, like, basically, in South Korea, you could get gamjajang at a lot of different restaurants. I saw it 50 times and I lived there for a year, okay? I've lived in Canada for 35 years and I've never seen cretins. So there's a huge difference in the popularity of these relative foods, is what I'm going to say. No, I'm sorry to the Korean audience, but latka's clear gamjajang. Jun is good in general. Pardon me, I would love to eat jun whenever I have the opportunity, but latkes do clear it. You need to go to Quebec? I've been to Quebec, the city. I've been to Montreal. I've been to Hull. I've walked across the bridge into Hull. I've been to the Museum of Civilization. What you are asking me to do is go to Lac Lourand or Trois-Rivières or Saguenay, and that's not going to happen, okay? That's hard. I have been to a Cabana Sucre in Ontario. I've been to a Sugar Shack. I haven't been to a French-Canadian Cabana Sucre. Guess what, buddy? I love logging into Thrice, and they gave me points for having the wrong answer. The answer was not Minneapolis, even though that's what I wrote, but they're going to give me some points. Okay. Sylvester Stallone's co-star in Cobra was in 1950 Monterey. From what car make? Yeah, I don't know. Pontiac? While the dudes play for the Suns, Phoenix's WNBA team is named for what only slightly closer object? It must be Mercury. It's a planet that's also a car brand. Yeah, okay. For almost the entire first millennium of the Common Era, the Aksum Kingdom had its capital in what is now the Tigray region of what country? Kazakhstan. Featured on the Rastafarian flag. The Lion of Judah is a symbol of Emperor Haile Selassie and what African nation? The Aksum Kingdom. So, well, this, I hate to do this. I'm like, Europa Universalis starts in the middle of the second millennium CE. But I'm working backwards from that. The Mamluk Empire was in Egypt. The Abyssinian Empire was in Ethiopia. I want to say maybe Mali. They had lots of gold, at least. Eritrea was part of what neighboring country that's also quite nearby in the alphabet? Eswatini? No, that doesn't make sense. That's like, isn't that an enclave within South Africa? This seems like a horrible guess, man. Whatever. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to Thrice, and they're gonna be like, we accepted that as an answer anyway. We'll take that. The island of Sardinia gives us the salata variety of what cheese, which uses salt aging to make it firmer and less spoilage prone. Interesting. So a soft, I'm gonna say burrata, a soft Italian cheese that spoils quickly. Reheat the whey left over from making pecorino, and you get what stuff that Bon Appetit calls glorious, fluffy cheese clouds. Am I insane to just say mozzarella? Oh, it's fucking ricotta cheese. Resita. Ricotta cheese. Should piss me off, man. I'm not ill. These are just hard questions, man. At least like the first couple are. Chandler, Arizona hosts an annual festival dedicated to racing what leggy animal with an eye larger than its brain? Llama. That's a leggy animal. John, it's a bird. Ostrich? Yes, okay, ostrich makes a lot more sense now that I think about it. 2/3 of the characters are men in the ancient play Women of Trachis, written by who? Sophocles. What, did you get that one? You fucking cheeseheads? Did you get Sophocles immediately? You probably thought that shit was written by, what's the guy's name? David Mamet. Sorry, it took a second for the joke to land. You said, a play about women that's starring men, that's got David Mamet written all over it. Not so smart now, are you? Also, I'm willing to bet that you motherfuckers wouldn't have even got it on number 3. There's no dogs in Oedipus Rex, and its author's name anagrams to Poochless. Okay, well, maybe with that you might have gotten it, but... You only know Sophocles? What are you talking about? I also know the guy who wrote Antigone and Saturnalia. Sort these letters by their point value in Scrabble, starting with the lowest value. I gotta feel like U, G, and B are the... Oh, these are most, sorry. I gotta feel like these are like the easiest to make words with. I think it's that, man. I think it's U, G, B, W, K, J. I'm in your walls. I'm in your walls, man. How'd you get it? Dude, there's just, you don't see that many words with J in them, man. It's got to be like J, X, Z are like the least used letters in the English alphabet. That's true. Finnish Scrabble be like, you spelled Jokiharju. J for 1, O for 1, K for 1, I for 1, H for 1, A for 1, R for 1, J for 1, U for 1. That's 9 points. Get owned for having a language that uses the letters a little bit differently than mine. You motherfuckers. Can you play Scrabble in Sweden? Do they have like a little modifier for like the umlauts and shit and the 2 dots and then like the A with the E mashed together? It's illegal. No surprise there. Probably will be here soon too. Bandle's dog shit today. Well, 1 billion views from 2008. It kind of goes without saying, I guess. Let's see. Sounds like Weezer. Sounds like mid-2000s Weezer. No? Okay. Sounds like Bedouin Sound Clash. I need more. It sounds like 311 is what it sounds like. Oh, it's I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. Okay, never mind. We're chill. Oh, man. Squeak's song? What are you talking? This is 1 billion views. What do you mean Squeak's song, man? Unless it's like his favorite song. John Mayer versus Jason Mraz? I hate John Mayer, and it's John Mayer by a mile, man. It's his favorite song? No, that's a bit, man. Squeaks is listening to Fugazi, for sure. Squeaks is listening to Dylan and the Dead. Squeaks is not listening to Jason Mraz by himself, like in his house. There's no shot. He's not. He's listening to Jason Mraz. He's not. No, he's not. He's listening to 13 songs by Fugazi. He's listening to Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables. He's listening to Camptown Races. He's not listening to Jason Mraz. I'm gonna crash out. Mario Party soundtrack. Well, as long as it's got Dire Docs. Guys, if you're mad about not hearing a KK Slider version of a Jason Mraz song, you have to acknowledge I have no fear that the likes of you are gonna riot. Jason Mraz fans have never rioted over anything. Like, this music is designed to sedate. You understand that, right? I'll play it for you just to keep you, like, medicated or whatever, but... Like, if you listen to this on purpose and you're not 10 years old... You need to have a good look at yourself in the fucking mirror. One more hit. It's offensive to me. It's more offensive to me than, like, Cool G rap. And he raps about, like, killing and eating people in every song. At least there's authenticity in that. You hate Jason Mraz? I don't know. I hate this song. You can't be this much of a hater? What does this exist to? It doesn't even exist to sell something cool. It exists to sell, like washing machines and arugula. At least that of Montreal song, they're using it to sell bloomin' onions. There's something cool about that. Thank you, Magresta. What's wrong with hating shit that sucks? I appreciate that. It's more offensive to me when, like, someone acknowledges that it's ass, but is like, if you like it, that's okay. It's obviously okay, you virtue signaler. It's just music. But at the same time, this shit is poop from butt. Doesn't make you an evil person to say it. This shit was invented by Island Records, man. You think this dude had like a heartbreaking experience, sat down and wrote I'm Yours? He's like, it's been 2 years since the last album. We need a fucking hit. He's a good guy. I dead ass don't care. It doesn't matter. If his music is so good, why am I familiar with it? This game sucks ass? Wrong. Second best game of the year so far. Might even ascend in number 1. It does take a minute to load though. Oh, I missed the fucking song. Ding, dong, ting. It tries to be Balatro but doesn't understand Balatro. You can't just pretend to be smart in your criticism. It has to come from a place of, like, genuine emotion, okay? Also, it always blows me away. No disrespect to you guys. And at the end of the day, we're all just individuals here. Chat, amazing taste in movies. If you ever talk about like a 9.1 out of 10 movie, they're like, it's mid. The only movie that's ever existed is Stalker. Stalker and the Umbrellas of Schoenberg. Just disappointing taste in games. Music, whatever, you know, everybody's into something different. Does it piss me off that you guys are standing Jason Mraz in a world of infinite options? Yeah, a little bit, but whatever. But the games, man, the games is crazy. You didn't play Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah, what does that have to do with Nubby's Number Factory? We're talking about consensus #2 games of the year right now. I don't think that applies to Baldur's Gate 3, because a lot of you guys had it at #1. So you can't be mad. Can I tell you why I didn't play Baldur's Gate 3? There was one time where I was like, what should I play, chat? I'm kind of interested in Baldur's Gate 3. And it was when it was in early access and like only the first act was available. And people were like, no, it's busted. It's not any good. It sucks. And I said, okay. That was when opportunity met motive, and I opted not to commit the crime. Then when it came out, I felt betrayed because everybody was like, this is the greatest RPG that's ever come out. I was like, I got other stuff on the go right now. You missed your chance. People did not say this. Go back in the logs, librarian. Go back in the logs. You're not librarian, you're origin. Sorry, that was probably even more offensive to you than the lies that I told. Sorry. It's almost like the finished product is better. That would be a first for video games, because based on what you guys tell me, they usually peak with the E3 trailer right after the game's announced, and the public sentiment is at its lowest about 3 hours after the game comes out. But you know, I understand. You gotta live an authentic life. I also didn't realize, like, I played Silent Hill 2 before I watched Jacob's Ladder, obviously. So I knew that Silent Hill 2 was inspired by Jacob's Ladder. I did not realize that Silent Hill 2 basically steals the entire tone and setting, like multiple settings from Jacob's Ladder, and the way the animations the enemies make and stuff like that. I'm not insulting. I'm not insulting it at all. But I was watching Jacob's Ladder and I was like, this movie's reminding me of something, man. Then he goes to the hospital and the dude's got like a bag over his head and he's going like this. And I was like, that's Silent Hill 2, man. This is in the librarian video. You will now look up the scene from Jacob's Ladder. You can find it. You probably license it for a few $100,000 from TriStar Pictures if the company's still in business. You ever think that like challenges where you can't see are proportionately easier if you're a guy like me who has vision problems to begin with? I know after I tell this story, by the way, you guys are going to use this as evidence that I need to retake the RADS-R test, when I told you I took the RADS-R test. And I don't know what you want me to say. I would have loved to tell you what you want to hear with the results, but the questions were insulting to me. And I answered almost all of them with a strong negative, okay? But in 9th grade gym class, it was like day 1 of gym class, we had to fill out a questionnaire, which I'm sure was for like liability reasons. And it was like, name any like physical ailments you have or like disabilities, right? So it had a checkbox for like 100 things. And because I'm a real motherfucking dude, I read every single one instead of just going to the bottom and signing it. And then I checked vision problems, like degenerative vision problems, essentially. And then when I handed it back to my teacher was mad at me. And they were like, why did you check that you have like vision problems? And I was like, because I wear glasses. And they're like, that's not vision problems. And I was like, that's why I'm wearing the glasses. Why wouldn't I wear the glasses if I didn't have vision problems? I don't know if I gave him like extra paperwork or something like that, but I was just taking the quiz or the questionnaire honestly. And he got mad at me. Going to the Honora strip club with my girlfriend when we go to New York City. Any advice? Don't fall in love, homie. Or maybe actually, now that I think about it, I've seen the movie, fall in love, homie. Vanya shouldn't have done all that shit. He should have stepped up. He should have been a real man. He should have been more responsible. No spoilers, I'm gonna watch it in 8 to 10 years. The realest shit anyone has ever said on this website. People will, and myself included, people will really be like, no spoilers. I had vague intentions to watch that at some point, but not like anytime in the near future. Reading? Read the book? Oh, it has to be the highest value first. I see what you're saying. Reading. Reading is undefeated when words are the vibe, man. It's also one of my favorite ways to like digest written content. Can I get a gut check on this one, by the way? This is just, I think about this every time I'm in the seafood section of the grocery store. One in chat if you've ever bought lobster at the grocery store. Two in chat if you've never bought lobster at the grocery store. I'm a 2, by the way. I'm gonna, just to keep it honest, I'm gonna type a 2 in chat. I have a, is DL Guiga here? I need to articulate an economic concept that I think people in your industry might find interesting. I think there are foods that are so expensive. This is a nice little, I mean, this is a theory. I don't have any data to back this up, but if you follow the crisis in academia, neither do most economists for anything that comes out of their fucking mouth. It's not reproducible, okay? The experiments that they run in the back test are not reproducible. By and large, I'm not trying to damn them all, but regardless. My theory about why most people have eaten lobster at some point, but very low, a surprisingly low percentage of people have ever bought it at the grocery store. Some foods are too expensive to bother buying at the grocery store, but even though they're more expensive to get at a restaurant, people are much more likely to get them at a restaurant than they are to get them at the grocery store. And I don't know where that happens, but I'm like that with lobster for sure. I'm not paying grocery store lobster prices to cook a lobster myself. I'm probably not paying restaurant prices for lobster either. But at the same time, I'm much more likely to get it at a restaurant than get it at home. And steak is getting there for me too. When I go to the grocery store and I see that like 2 strip loins is like 28 bucks, I'm like, fuck you. If I'm at a steakhouse and they're like, oh, it's 52 bucks for the ribeye, I'm like, seems about right, brother. There's just something about it, man. It's an interesting, somewhat counterintuitive phenomenon. Steak's easy to cook. Wouldn't I say anything about the ease of cook, bro? It's obviously easy to cook. Everyone's watched the Bon Appetit videos. I'm talking about it feels gross to pay 30 bucks for a single container of meat at a grocery store versus paying 50 bucks for a steak at a restaurant. There's something about it, man. Buy cheaper cuts of steak? No, man, I'll just eat like fish, chickpeas, and chicken. Hi, honey. What are you getting up to? You're playing? Come here. Can I show you the game I'm playing? Wait, one sec. Can I see you? Okay. Come sit on my lap. Sure, you can watch me play for a minute here. This is called Nubby's Number Factory. All these balls, they have numbers on them, and that's the amount of points you get when you hit them with your ball. And then you have to get this many points in a round to clear it, to beat the level. I'm this blue ball with the eyeballs up at the top. And these are my items. I got a kazoo, a cheese house, Pedro the caterpillar, a pair of pants, and a friendly rock. And now, I don't know what's up with this guy down here. What's up with this guy? It looks like he thinks he's in the summer, but because he has like swimming goggles on. And this is my gold. How about this? Is this daddy?
Daddy. What I wear?
That's daddy being like, what should I wear today?
Yeah.
That's pretty true. That is pretty true. Every 20 pegs popped, force trigger all items that summon anything. Or first peg popped. It is a waffle book. How did you know?
Funny. The waffle.
When the first peg is popped, or when 20 pegs are popped. Let me see. We only have one thing that summons. I think we take this, and then every first peg popped, force trigger all odds. All odds.
Where do you get the rock from?
I got it from the store.
From the surprise box?
Yeah, from one of the surprise boxes. When I don't know what to do, I can ask the rock. If I wanted to know what he's cooking, maybe. It's a wrestling joke. I'm not sure if you understand that one.
Rock spaghetti.
What do you mean rock spaghetti?
Because the rocks look like meatballs.
Daddy's meatballs don't look like that. I like it. You know, you had a good joke. You got like closer to the microphone to make sure you could say it into it.
Yeah.
You're not very useful.
It kind of looks like Wanda, but
Here.
it kind of looks like Wanda, but uglier. Uglier.
It looks like what?
Wanda, but uglier.
Wanda, but uglier?
Yeah.
Who's Wanda?
From Trolls.
Wanda from Trolls?
Yes.
I know everything about Trolls, but I don't know who Wanda is.
Ew, it was all. You silly.
Chad, do you know who Wanda is? Oh, Rhonda! Not Wanda.
You silly.
Rhonda the... Oh, this is Rhonda?
But it's ugly.
Rhonda but ugly? That's so true. Rhonda is like a bus. That's also an animal. This is uglier than Rhonda for sure.
How about I think I know what it is. I think that actually that Wanda could like understand.
Number 7?
That's a balance.
Number 7 is actually like one of the best for us. Yeah, because we get to...
What's the worst?
the worst will be like number 4 and number 6.
You can either put that one on number 6.
Well, here's the thing with Rhonda. Rhonda's already on number 4.
Ooh. Why is
Pants. I don't want pants.
is it
I don't want kazoo.
is it poop leg?
Is it what? Poop leg?
Yeah.
Come on. Squirmy.
Glory.
Squirmy that has a chance to turn into a butterfly.
Funny. Why do you want Squirmy?
Because Squirmy can turn into a butterfly. That would be like very good for me right now.
Glory.
Oh no, we lost.
We're not gonna be without a weapon.
That's true. That would make it a lot harder if I didn't have any weapons.
Look, butterfly.
It did become a butterfly. We're gonna make it. We gotta win a few though, because if I make a mistake, the sun explodes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, the sun! It exploded. Here, I'm gonna call that slash marker nubby1. I think this would be pretty good too, actually. That is pretty funny. I can't deny when you stretch out your mouth like the Joker. It does look pretty funny. I guess I should have been laughing. That's a good point. There's no mirror, unfortunately. I see you looking around for a mirror. Why so serious? That's true. That's true. Of the many true things the Joker said, that was one of them. It's very funny. Honestly, it's one of the funniest faces I've ever seen you make.
At the cheapest.
You didn't just wipe your saliva on me, did you? Really? Because I can't. There's a little moisture on my left hand right now that wasn't there before. Do you have any idea where that could have come from?
Yeah.
I don't think it came from me. Rubber chicken!
You want it to?
Well, every half second, if Nubby is still alive, summons an egg missile that rains from the sky and causes an explosion that pops a row of pegs. We gotta give it a try.
Why do you want a rubber chicken? That's so funny.
I want a rubber chicken so it brings eggs down from the sky.
So you can eat the eggs
No, not so I can eat the eggs.
for you, though.
I mean, eggs can be pretty tasty. You're not wrong.
I hate eggs.
You don't like eggs?
I hate them.
Me too, actually. I don't really like them. And they're so expensive these days.
Why not just buy a chicken?
You know what? You sound like chat right now. Please, please. Where's my 4,000 is right there. Oh, what happened? Oh, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. It's over. The sun has exploded again. All right. Okay. Thank you for joining me, honey. But we gotta go see mommy, okay?
No.
Mommy's gonna feed you lunch right now. I'm sure it's 12 o'clock. No, I gotta finish work, honey. But I'm gonna see you in just a couple hours, right? Here. Go up and see mommy and tell her it's time for lunch, okay? I can't come with you right now, honey. I gotta finish a little bit more work. But you know what? You know how normally daddy picks you up like later? Today, once daddy finishes work, we're gonna be together all afternoon. I'm being guilt tripped. Promise? That's a promise, man. What else am I gonna do? Play the bazaar? Come on. This game is a masterpiece. Unironically, yes. I think this game is like, your feelings on this game, it's so unfair to say this, but some people will agree with me, and as a result, I feel compelled to say it anyway. I feel like this game's an IQ test that you administer to yourself. If you like it, you're smart. If you don't like it and don't tell anybody, you're smart. If you have to tell people how much you don't like it, I hate to break the news to you, brother. You can't do that? What? Suggest that if you like the same things I like, you're smart, and if you don't, you're stupid? Is that unfair? I'm not reading that comment, even though I think your comment is very funny. I don't think the world is ready for sexist Bob Dylan as a bit. As a bit! What about sexy Bob Dylan? Yeah, he already made an album like that. It's called Desire. Is Times Are A-Changing Bob Dylan's best album? If no, why are you insane? I think you have a fair case that The Times They Are A-Changing is Bob Dylan's best album, if and only if you were born in sometime between like 1944 and like 1958 maybe. Like if you were personally immediately impacted, not with the long tail effects, but with the direct instantaneous effects of the never-ending Vietnam War, then The Times They Are A-Changing can ethically be your favorite Bob Dylan album. The best of his 60s work. Blonde on Blonde clears, if you like the earlier Bob Dylan stuff, Freewheelin' Bob Dylan and Highway 61 Revisited both clear The Times They Are A-Changing. Blonde on Blonde clears two of them and possibly Highway 61 Revisited, depending on your personal taste. I prefer it. I prefer Blonde on Blonde, but a lot of people prefer Highway 61 Revisited, which is also an acceptable take. Blood on the Tracks? That didn't come out in the 1960s, man. This is what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? That came out in 1975. Self-Portrait? That came out in 1970, I think. Also, Self-Portrait is not nearly as good as Blonde on Blonde or Highway 61 Revisited. It's not even close. I think you're trolling, and I fell for the bait on that one. I apologize. What about liking Billie Jean's? Sorry, not Billie Jean. That's Michael Jackson. Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire if you were born after 1980. I mean, honestly, songs to listen to while you're watching Forrest Gump. Am I right, people? Does this guy have a septum piercing, or am I crazy? I think he's got a septum piercing. You're right. I didn't notice, but he's got a septum piercing. He does. Shout out to Tony. That's my manager with the septum piercing. To learn more, look up Nubby Expansion. Yes, sir. I'm all about that stuff. I don't know if anybody asked. I'm assuming one person asked in chat, so I'm gonna speak on it. I don't have strong opinions on a septum piercing one way or the other. It's never been a factor in my life, I suppose. I'm not for them. I'm not against them. I guess I'm against them on myself. There's people I see that I'm like, that really works on you. And then there's people I see where I'm like, I'm not sure that works on you. But I kind of like, without being hypocritical, I'm like, it's your nose, not mine. So like, I don't think about it that much. Why are you saying this? Are there people against them? Well, you know, I've been on Reddit a lot lately, so maybe it's my fault. But people are out there, they're constantly fighting like the last war. It's like, what's a pet peeve? They're asking like a bunch of incels. What's your pet peeve? And members of the opposites. What's one thing everybody thinks is attractive except you? And then inevitably, like the top comment is like some 2008 culture war shit that's like, I don't really like when girls have like 4-inch diameter gauges in their earlobes. And I'm like, buddy, this shit was like, that was like almost 20 years ago. Like you need to go out of your house. People aren't there. Some of them are doing it and it's looking cool. But like for the peak, like gauged ears was a long time ago. If you want to, you know, incite people these days, you got to be more contemporary. You got to say like oversized clothes or something like that. High-waisted pants? I don't know what to tell you, brother. I think they look cool. Would I have thought they looked cool a few years ago? Well, like maybe 10 years ago? No, I would have been like, those look lame. But nowadays when I see people with them, I'm like, those look pretty cool. Anybody else, this is gonna sound insane. Anybody else feel like when the waist starts bouncing, it sounds like Ed Helms going, riggy diggy doo. It just has that vibe of it has a Helmsian lilt to it. Not at all? Nope. Justin, you too? I would have thought the current meta on Twitch is whenever someone says something insane, you reply either, yep, yes, yes sir, or I know that's right, or that's facts. You sold me out, man. And I don't even think you played Nubby yet. So you're kind of dead to me for like a variety of different reasons right now. I know that's right. Wait, you're using it against me? Justin, you're gonna be so sorry you called me ugly in middle school when I get this pregnancy test. What are you talking about? Shut up. You don't know the half of this shit, man. Nubby made you. Where's my 256 at? Me at the Ram store in fucking, maybe, I don't know, like the year 2000? Fuck you. Not really my fault they buried the 256 down at the bottom, man. Riggy diggy doo. You guys seriously don't hear it? Are you trolling me? That's Ed Helms saying riggy diggy doo. Perchance. The dream or whatever. That's the runaway, man. Coincidentally, like the only good Bon Jovi song. And it's not even that good. Bon Jovi saved a woman from jumping off a bridge last year. I literally don't, I mean, that's good. But with respect to like him as a musician, that could not be less material, in my opinion. Good guy, bad music. I would rather him be good guy, bad music. We need more good guys. We have enough bad music, but at the same time, Living on a Prayer, great song if you were born in New Jersey in like 1972. I know that's probably like what they played at the prom, but like it's 2025 now. We don't need any like Johnny used to look at the dogs. Reddit ass song. That's what I'm saying, man. Name 15 better songs. Fugazi's got one album called 13 Songs that has 13 better songs than that. So if somebody else could just contribute 2, I'd be chill, man. Imagine listening to music because the internet says it's good. Imagine listening to a song because the singer saved somebody from jumping off a bridge, man. Like, I might listen to him on a podcast talking about the experience with Ira Glass. Like, that sounds like a fucking interesting little segment on This American Life, but I'm not gonna listen to Wanted Dead or Alive because it fucking sucks shit, man. I have nothing against Bon Jovi except for his creative output. I don't even wish that he like wasn't more successful. I just don't want to hear it. Yes, honey? Sorry, you got a present for me? Let me see what it is here. You made it in your new box. Okay, let me see what it is. Oh my gosh, that's for me. Look at this. A little felt flower. You made it on your own. That's so nice, honey. Thank you so much. Oh, you don't have, but if it's for me, why are you taking it away? Oh, okay, so you're gonna show me how to make it. Let's go yellow red. That looks beautiful, honey. Oh, you can flip it around and go red yellow. If it's too hard to do it With 2, you can do it 1 at a time. Beautiful. It's perfect for the start of springtime, right? Thank you, honey. Okay, I'll put the yellow on. Thank you so much. Oh, you got more in your workshop? That's cute. That's cute right there. I wish I had a father like NL. Honestly, until yesterday, I didn't think I was really doing anything all that like extra special. What changed my mind? Watching Fortnite talk show and that dad who was playing Fortnite with his 3-year-old, which is already like it's like half cute, half like a little wild. But then like Luke asked the dad, like, do you play Fortnite with your son all the time? And he's like, yeah. And then he was like, who wins? And the dad on open mic said, oh, I beat his ass. So I'm trying to keep it down so that my child doesn't hear it. And then the 3-year-old to Luke said, shut your ass up. Which, like, I don't know if you have or have been around like a 3-year-old. For a 3-year-old to say that sentence is such an incredible parenting red flag that it's like wild. Because I listen to music sometimes with like swear words in it. So my child is sometimes exposed to some swear words, and she doesn't say that kind of stuff. So that's like, for a 3-year-old to just let it fly like that on open comms was borderline frightening for me. Yes, there have been times that my child has asked for like a Calpico and I've given her a bottle of water instead. I get that makes me mean. You're mean! Wow, what a beautiful flower bag. Oh, it's like a garden? Oh, it's a little guy with plants coming out of his head. Very like True Detective Season 1, honey. Can you come over here? You can hold it up to the camera. Yeah, okay, the first one, we'll do that one. Yeah. You wanna, oh, one of the petals fell off. I see what you're saying. Is that her favorite show? It's that or is Bluey? It's close though. What's better, True Detective Season 1 or Bluey? Yes, you're right to not answer the question. Hey, look at this. Little dude with some flowers coming out of his head. That's very cute. And can I see the square one too? This is what I'm talking about. This is straight out of Animal Crossing. You got even more to show me? What's that? Tape measure? Whoa!
All the way to 60.
Goes all the way to 60? Oh my God. Goes all the way 150 centimeters. I still can't believe you guys don't hear Ed Helms. All I hear is Ed Helms going riggy diggy doo. Every time I hear the pegs start to pop. This is a big one, man. We're getting our lives back. And then we're going to the black market. No, we're not. We're getting Booger Party, but Booger Party's even better. You don't need any help having a booger party, okay? You let daddy worry about the booger party. That doesn't sound like a good time to me. I don't think I would be too excited if there was a booger party. Can somebody please... I need someone to play the clip. We had a peg that was worth 1 billion points, and Nubby bounced around it like 30 times. It would have given us 10x the round score. It bounced around it like 15 times in a row, man. We're going infinite, man. No, there's no way we're ending. No shot. I want that 8 trillion points. I wanted that 8 trillion point spread. Where are you going? Are you in the Peloton? I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing for you to have like some free weights out right now. I feel like you're clip farming. Careful, okay? There's cords you can trip over. You okay? Okay. Don't go back there. Come here. Okay, but don't toss them on the ground, okay? You gotta set them down nicely when you're done. Oh, yeah, but careful, you don't want to drop it. Please don't balance the weights, because if you drop them on your toe, it's going to hurt so much. They're only 1 pound, but still. It isn't a lot, but it would hurt if it fell on your toe. A mere 113 trillion points. You don't have to lift it at all. You chose to lift it. Oh. I told you not to throw it. Here. No, I snooze on all you. Although I will say, doubles a random peg every 1.5 seconds. I do feel like, forgive me, I feel like, what if Jack hits the 1 trillion point peg? It will get us, like, several trillion points. Apologize to me. Apologize to me. It worked immediately. Keep bouncing on it. We've done it. We've beaten the game. You will venture the lands for a new resource that will save nations, and all the YouTube comments will be like, it hurt to watch Chibli miss the big pegs. Dude, Chibli, this is like the realest stuff you've ever said. Reddit served me a post today, which was riffing on the fact that I said Coke Zero doesn't have any caffeine in it. Of course, I clicked on it. One of the top replies was like, it's not that it doesn't have caffeine, it's that it doesn't have enough to have an effect. And then there was like an essay reply that was like, it actually has as much as half a cup of coffee. I don't know why we have to defend NL when he's being stupid. And I was like, it's hard to argue that comedy isn't illegal. Because there's comedy cops out there all the time trying to chastise you for deliberately misrepresenting a situation to add some joy to the world. The thing is, it's not half a cup of coffee in 2025. It's half a cup of coffee in 1960, when we were drinking little cups of coffee that were like 180 milliliters. Cups of coffee now are indexed to like, I would say 12 to 16 ounces. So one Coke Zero probably has as much caffeine as like a third or a quarter of a cup of coffee. Not like a 6 ounce cup of coffee, man. The unit has changed. It's like when they released double IPAs, a single unit of alcohol was no longer a 12 ounce beer at 5%. A single unit of alcohol was 1 pint of 11% Russian Imperial Stout. I wasn't there on the liquor control board when they made the change. I'm just observing the change. Yes, sir, that's right. Yes, sir, that's facts. Sorry, the truth teller's online. I did see that comment. As someone who drinks a lot of soda, I'm amused NL orders Sprite recently. Does not realize how much ice makes an impact on the flavor of soda. Sprite and ice taste great, but Sprite by itself is ass. I still prefer Coke Zero or Max Lime Pepsi with ice over everything. But why we're not making fun of that comment? Because that comment, that dude actually like knows his stuff, which is kind of rare for like a streamer subreddit, man. Now, is the stuff soda? Yeah, but like they're like the soda whisperer, man. I got nothing but respect for the soda whisperer. Chibli, how do you feel about the Jason Mraz song, I'm Yours? For no reason. It's not as bad as Hey Soul Sister. Okay, you're spitting on that one. Hey Soul Sister is legitimately, it's insanely bad. That doesn't mean it can't mean something to you, but this song is horrible. But I do think that, especially, it was very cruel to society that, like, both of those songs came out, I think, like, around the same time. Like, there were many times in, like, the summer of 2010 when you would hear, like, I'm Yours parlayed, like, straight into Hey Soul Sister. And then they'd be like, here's a little break for you, California Girls by Katy Perry. And you're like, finally, some decent music. Why hate on popular music? I think you might not be thinking critically. There's not much reason to hate on, like, unpopular music, because even if it's bad, you're probably not going to be exposed to it, you know, just during the vagaries of your day-to-day life. You should hate on popular music that's not good. You don't hate it because it's popular. If it's bad, you hate it the fact that it is popular, because it means every time you go to the grocery store for the next 4 decades, you're going to have to hear Hey Soul Sister, when you could be listening to, like, Close to the Edge by Yes or something like that. Close to the Edge of the grocery store would go crazy. I expedite my grocery trip, but if I walked in and I heard the total mass retained, I'm sending a text that's saying we're gonna be late for dinner, because I got at least 17 and a half minutes of I get up, I get down, I get up, I get down, and then he hits like that 900 pipe organ that's cranked up to, like, it's louder than Bob Dylan's harmonica. And then you think, oh, you're like, oh, it's fading out, the song's almost over, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you get the idea. Maybe even transition into Roundabout. Wouldn't bother me. Probably the best song that's ever been on an anime. People deciding whether to be upset or +2. I get a lot of +2s. The anime classic rock respect doors. I think it's a great time to invest in having a cafe. Not necessarily in real life, but we're gonna get a lot of gold. Maybe we could start cafe maxing with all the gold that we have. I don't know, real life might be a good time to open a cafe. I don't know the business climate right now. Seems like commercial rent maybe is like really high, which is bad for everybody. Dude, being a commercial landlord must be fucking sick. Because everyone's mad at the donut shop for having $8 donuts. They're like, what do they think we are, selling donuts for $8? But nobody's mad at the fucking landlord of the building that the donut shop owns for having the rent so high that they gotta charge $8 a donut in order to make rent. We're vilifying the wrong shops, man. I'm mad. Yeah, but you're more mad about the donuts based on the R Vancouver posts about Cartem's going out of business, at least. Why does the food truck have an $8 donut? I think you can be mad at them. I think you can be mad at the food truck for having an $8 donut. That one I'll give you. I can't disagree with that one. Every time I eat at a food truck, I'm like, whoa. Food cooked without the utility of a real kitchen. I never know where they're gonna be. The whole restaurant is staffed by one person, and it's more expensive than going to like a place with a physical location, and then I get to eat it outside in the rain. I wouldn't say I'm anti-food truck. I'm anti all the food trucks but Jabba Dog. One time I bought a lobster roll at a food truck. Literally, like, as I was ordering it, I lost confidence in myself, like, in the middle of the order. I was like, I guess I'll have the lobster roll. It's like a $21 lobster sandwich served in one of those little cardboard trapezoids, and then they poured in some, like, plain kettle-cooked chips on the side. They didn't even pretend to make it themselves or anything. Did you like it? No, it was not very good by lobster roll standards. And it's undignified to be eating that standing in the middle of like a public pavilion. It was... I never went back. Maybe don't fall between the gaps. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, Nubby, but like it seems pretty obvious to me that that's a foundational element of like being a pachinko ball. Don't do this to me. Same shot again. I don't know, man. Like I like Nubby. I feel like the challenge. I'm stuck, man, because the challenges are too hard. So then I play with Tony, but playing with Tony is too easy. But I can't get new operators until I beat the challenges. But the challenges are too hard. So I'm stuck in I can't get the flywheel going. Are we never getting new bizarre content? There's new bizarre content every single day on YouTube. Every single day. There's an infinite amount of new bizarre content. There's 365 videos of the bizarre coming out annually, man. Not on Twitch? You have a web browser, right? Or is it like every time you go to a new website, you got to like pay by the minute or whatever? They ruined their game? They didn't. It's still very fun. They did screw up a lot with the monetization. But the game itself is still really fun. The internet doesn't like it? Well, the internet is right for that. They're like 25% right. Well, everything is an overreaction, right? You know, like the changes are really bad, but the response to them is disproportionately bad just because there's like, you know, a million more people playing the game than making the game. Causes hurt feelings, which then leads to like doubling down on in the first place, which in turn causes an even greater disproportionate reaction from the player base. Like that's why, if anything, we gotta dial down the temperature and like not be as acrimonious. I know it's easy to be like, they should stop being acrimonious first, and that's true, but like, I guess no plan survives contact with the enemy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Exactly. Learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction. History has shown they won't do anything until someone forces them to change. It's just it's bad, but it's just a video game. I just can't. Maybe like 10 years ago, you could find me in the top comment in like the EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 being like, they came after the gamers, they came after the gamers. But like if it ends up compromising the overall gameplay enough that it stops being fun, I'll stop playing it. But it's like, we got bigger problems like in society right now. Like as long as I'm having fun with it, I'm gonna keep playing it and then just like maybe not worry, not interface with the monetization side of it. Nubby Dev in chat? Yeah, I know. But have they been saying something? One second, take me to the main menu here. Mog Dog. User Mog Dog Blog. I love the messages are so good, man. NL so afraid to lentil, it's cringe. Movie, I'm getting type 8 by the dev. Glasses to slot 5. Here's the thing. Here's the advice I'm going to give to you. Also, thank you to Bingus C. Hondo for giving you the gifted subscription. I know that you're saying, should I make the challenges easier? The one thing I'll say that you should definitely do is not take balance advice from streamers. Because it's lose-lose. It's lose for the devs because streamers don't tend to have what I would describe as the best opinions about game design. And it's lose for the streamer because if you make normally this would be for like a game with like PvE in it, but if you make changes based on streamers, then the discourse surrounding the game just becomes, well, they're just tailoring the game to what the streamers are saying. They don't care about the average player in the player base. I don't know if you got like some data in the back end, or you got some anecdata from the people who have been playing it so far, because I see it, there's like 150 reviews on Steam or something now? I was looking at it earlier today. 190 reviews on Steam, so you got it. Surely there's people with no lives complaining on the forums. The more threads I see with question marks in the title, it just any forum thread that ends in a question mark is just like, it triggers PTSD for me. Because it's always a question. It's that, what's the law? That's like, if you have to put a question mark at the end of your headline, the answer is always no. Another thing, kebab needs to be rare food. Please remove trash bag from your game. IP ban the user known as trash bag. It's way too easy to stack kebab and obliterate game balance. This person needs to be banned from the forums for 28 hours. Anyway, we got stuff to do this afternoon. Kate will not be live. I gotta end the stream right at 2. Kebab is like the only way I know how to win, man. So I will be sending you elsewhere here. You know what? I'll send you over to Chiblee, who is also playing Nubby. The raid has been created. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, Twitch. Very cool. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll be back tomorrow. Hello, Luca. This one's for those ice cold Michelle Pfeiffer, the white gold. This one's for the good girls, them hood girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, flying, living it up in the city. Got the Saint Laurent with the Chucks on. I gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. It's too hot, hot darn. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. Too hot. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. Girls hit your hallelujahs. Girls hit your hallelujahs. Girls hit your hallelujahs. 'Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Saturday night and we're in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Yeah, I do. It's that song comes up a lot on the Peloton. Like a lot. Like